Gentlemen, children of all ages, jokers, this game is proud to present to you some Blue Jays baseball on MLB The Show 24. I'm your host, the One True Joker. Today, the Jays are looking to get back in the win column. And today, they are in Chicago, as they will face the Chicago Cubs. Cubs are 61-61. While the Jays are 97-25. The pitchers today will be Jose Barrios representing the Blue Jays. He will try to get them back in the win. Oh, nice. And why they will take on Javier Estrada. I'm probably saying his name wrong. Anyways, he has a 9-10 record. I thank my friend Dylan for stopping by. Hopefully he can show some game before he gets back to work. We will be playing at Wrigley Field, one of the classic stadiums in the Major League. It is clear skies. There is the lineup. Not going to make any changes. So there is today's lineup between these two clubs. The overall stats with the pitchers. And then the team ranking. Now it'll take you John Chris to call the action. Boys, the floor is yours.
Wrigley Field, Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Toronto Blue Jays and the Chicago Cubs. John Shabby and Chris Singleton with you. Singing, it might be a launch angle home run heavy sport these days, but we've got one of the very best bat-to-ball contact hitters featured right here today.
Luke, I love the fact that he never gets too big with his swing and flies open, tries to launch the ball. He stays very compact. He's looking at getting the barrel to the baseball, doesn't care which part of the ballpark that he hits it to. And I don't care if it's a lefty or a righty out there on the mound. He looks extremely comfortable from either side.
Just about set to go, and on the mound now, Javier Estrada. But Chris, he hasn't exactly
Estrada, okay.
his home mound.
Well, I'll say this. Every player wants to perform well at their home ballpark, in front of their fans, in front of the city. And you know this guy no different. He wants to be more effective here. So, you look at the numbers. They haven't been great at home. I'm sure he wants to turn that around, and we'll see if he's able to start that in this one.
And Bryce starts things with a bang. First pitch.
A gigantic blast. And just like that, they're out front. It's 1-0. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at-bat. Aggressive, and it paid off.
There's 40 games left for the season, including this one. Jays are trying to secure the AL East, which they pretty much have it locked in the bag.
We need to know how far that one flew.
Well, I'll tell you, over 500 feet, Boog, and that's just insane. And I know we're seeing more and more power in today's game, but we just almost never see someone hit it that far. It's crazy, and it's just an unforgettable swing of the bat.
And there's a foul ball.
Now Vlad Guerrero Jr. batting .296 this season.
Strike two.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Easy ground out there by the third baseman.
Look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. One guy swinging a hot bat recently, Dalton Varsho.
Well, he's in pretty good company right now on that AL leaderboard for home runs. Top 5 for the guy, and he's one of the better home run hitters in the league this year. You don't see him missing too many pitches, and when he gets the one that he wants, he doesn't miss it. It goes a long way.
Bichette in the box now. No balls and a strike.
Now, just a cement mixer slider right there. It's a great pitch to hit if you can recognize it early and jump on it.
That one gets down for a hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
And Bo Bichette there will improve his batting average from 354.
These days, I mean, both from the infield and in the outfield, there really aren't a lot of base hits on balls hit like that. But there's always a little room back behind the first and second baseman to drop a long dart in there.
Bichette goes. Strike in there. Throw. Save.
He had that base stolen as soon as he broke for second. Such a huge lead. The pitcher's got to find a way to help out his catcher, especially if he doesn't have a great throwing arm. Step off the rubber, shrink that lead, somehow create a little bit more time where maybe you can prevent that stolen base.
Well, he was definitely way ahead of the throw there.
Bichette, the runner at second with one away.
His 11th of the year for Bo Bichette.
Hit high in the air. There it goes.
Killing me, Smalls.
A massive home run. His 59th home run of the season. And they add a couple more. It's 3-0.
And that shot makes their grip on the lead even tighter.
Signed about 59.
Down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up.
Home run.
Damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there.
On the north side of Chicago, John Shambi and Chris Singleton. Here's Jose Ramirez. This one in the air.
First baseman gives chase
Pulls it down and he
and
makes
gets
the
it in
catch.
foul
That's out
territory.
number 2.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
High in the air out to right. Suzuki sizing this one up. And puts the squeeze on that one. And that's the third out. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. Back here with my pal Siggy. And today's starting pitcher, Jose Barrios. What do we need to know here about the right-hander?
Well, he recently got his 100th victory of his career. Got here pretty fast. I know he's excited to be in triple digits. Now it's time to work on one-on-one. Excited to see him on the mound today.
Here's Nico Horner. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. And a pitch. That's in for a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
Right through there, got him. And there's one away. Batting second. He'd have him to hit. That first offering is fouled off. 1 out, base is empty.
Half a switch hitter, it can be challenging for guys at the big league level to maintain a good swing from both sides of the plate. Clearly, he's got more pop on the left side, but in 2022, the right side was respectable as well.
He swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Well, there appears to be no problem settling in on the mound out there today. It looks pretty tough to start this one, punching out the first 2 hitters in this ball game, and somebody's going to have to put the bat on the ball, put it in play, and get something going.
A beautiful slow pitch to get the strikeout.
2 outs, base is empty. And next for the Cubs, Seiya Suzuki. Wants to right center base hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
Yes, John, it does. And gives Chicago their first base runner.
Too much swing and miss in his at-bats recently, striking out nearly twice in each of the last 5 games.
Wisdom, 32 years old. He's usually a third baseman, but today he's the designated hitter. Suzuki, the runner at first with 2 gone. Struck him out. And that is that. 1 left for the Cubs. They trail in this one 3-0.
When the Jays shut down the Cubbies offense, we go to the top of the second now.
Here at Wrigley Field, top of the second. And now for the Jays, number 36.
Davis Snyder coming in with a batting average of .333. It is a career high.
Assad back to work. Got to chase one upstairs there.
Filling up the strike zone hasn't been the problem so far. It's the quality of the strikes. That's good to review.
Swinging a ball lifted left field. And it's caught for the out.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
And that one is lifted in the air. And there's 2 away.
Maybe caught that one off the end just a little bit. Couldn't quite barrel it up enough to really drive it.
2 outs, base is empty. Now here is Austin Wells. Bounce to the right. And it finds its way through for a hit.
Just over the second
Didn't take long
baseman's
to get himself
glove.
that at bat. Kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock. And you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
Back to the top of the lineup. And now here is Harper. He's already homered here in this one.
Harper's always dangerous every time he steps up to the plate.
Right side. Stop the first. Nicely done for the out.
Great play defensively by the Cubbies.
Take it himself, waves the pitcher off, and continues to run into the dugout.
What a play by Chicago Cubs first baseman.
And we're back. Now the first baseman, Michael Bush. The first baseman. And the pitch. Berrios, multi-time All-Star. He features a sinker, a slurve, a four-seamer, and he works in a changeup. Next offer in there for a strike. 0-2 down. Our plate umpire, Earl Hendricks.
Yeah, with Hendricks, Boo, kind of interesting. He's a good, consistent umpire, but you do hear that he kind of favors one side of the plate or the other. So it's really hard to know for sure, but I think that usually he has to do something before he sets up right on each pitch.
Christopher Burrell stands in now and watches strike 1. What about an umpire's height? How much of a role does that play in your experience and what the strike zone is like?
Yeah, I think it pushes the strike zone up a little bit, which, as a former hitter, you like that. You wanted the ball up. You didn't want to have to deal with stuff down in the zone consistently.
And it way out front of the slurve. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the frame, and that's now 3 in a row.
Yeah, he's really settling in and getting the feel for his pitches, throwing them where he wants to right now. So see how long he can keep this streak going.
Here comes a pitch. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
Good late sink on that fastball. That hand looks so good.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that'll do it.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
Jose Barrios having a great game so far. We go to the top of the third. Jays are up 3-0 over the Cubs.
All set for the start of the inning. Now the number 2 hitter, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. As he turns on the rubber, and with that good live arm delivers. Siggy, this is a guy that grew up in big league clubhouses, and it's something that you see throughout the game. Sons whose fathers also played the majors. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2.
I can only imagine the level of being in the ballpark for those kids who are fortunate enough to have a dad that played in the big leagues. Then being on the baseball field, for some it's pressure. For them, they feel that they are right at home.
Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Righty delivers. Down the line. And that drops foul.
Glad trying to get on base here. Facing an 0-2 count.
Cracks his bat, pops him up. Mike makes the grab, 1-1.
Unfortunate with the broken bat, which causes the ball to just drift in the air enough for the catcher.
Bichette up to the dish. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far.
So of course hit that shot in no man's land last time up.
Hammers that one deep.
This time he jacks it.
Killing me, Smalls.
That was blasted to the moon. And they tack one on the board. It's 4-0. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot.
Don't know how much longer the pitcher will be on the mound, giving up 3 homers.
Pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got on it.
440 foot.
Up to the plate, it's Brandon Belt. Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase. 0-1.
Brian Belt leading the league in home runs.
This one in the air. Drops into the glove. Out. Number 2.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
2 outs, base is empty. Now it's Jose Ramirez. Hit the air, left field. Pat moving under it. And that is that. But the solo shot stretches their lead even further. It's now a 4-0 ball game. Back here at the friendly confines as we go to the last of the 3rd. So up now for Chicago, Kevin Alcantara. And first offering is fouled off. And the righty deals. Just missed.
Boog, it looks like somebody missed the swing sign. That's the first pitch this team's taken for a ball all game long.
Middle and it gets through. And the leadoff man aboard. And now it's Miguel Amaya.
It's been a tough stretch for him at the plate. Only 2 hits over the last 5 games.
That chance hit. Flips to second. That's one. Now to first, and it's a double play.
Beautiful double play.
It all started with that sweet glove flip on the feed to second. You know, these middle infielders, they spend a lot of time honing that glove work, so it just becomes like second nature. I think you also have to have a really good glove that's broken in, that's not too large, so that you can have a feel for that baseball and be able to flip it like you're barehanded.
And first offering is fouled off. The Cubbies down by 4 here in the last half of the 3rd. Ripped on a line to center.
Oh! Kima lost in the sun.
He's going for 3. And he's got himself a triple.
That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you've got to make Might be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball.
Yep, that just happened.
In the box with 2 gone. And takes a look at a called strike. Corner on third with 2 out. High fly ball.
Luckily, the Jays recovered well defensively.
Gets in, and the inning is over.
Good recovery by the Blue Jays.
On the short end of a 4-0 score.
We go to the fourth. See if the Jays want to increase their lead.
On to the 4th, and now it's Dalton Varsho. Assad back to work.
And Varsho has just done that with that jack of a homer. That will probably be it for the pitcher.
This one out to center. His 46th of the year. It's 5 zip. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boo. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. Well, he went up there looking to do damage. I think he had his sights set on that pitch. He went, got it, and circled the bases.
Not a good day for Ashton.
Here's the second baseman.
Oh, the manager elects to keep him in.
Bounce to third. In time to Bush. That's the first out in the top of the 4th.
Snyder will be the first out for the Jays.
Here's Kevin Kiermaier. He's 0 for 1.
That's hit up the middle.
A dive. He's got it.
But Kiermaier too fast to make it to first. And he easily makes it to first there.
Here's the Toronto catcher, Austin Wells. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Kiermaier on the go. Pitch misses. Throw to second.
Oh, they get Kiermaier. Great throw defensively by the Cubs.
Release, all those things that you need to do. You don't have to have the highest velocity, but if you can throw it on the money, you can throw out some fast runners.
Well, I'd love to challenge that.
2 outs, base is empty. Towards first, into the outfield, base hit.
And with Wells' hit, we're back to the top of the order
That's back-to-back singles for him. Just one of those seeing eye
with the
base
man
hits
that
to the
opened
infield.
up the
Just kinda hold
scoring.
over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you a knock.
Here's Bryce Harper. He's already homered in this game. Wouldn't chase that time. Harper, in his 13th season, a member of the 1,000 hit club, and he's one of the few 2-time MVPs in the league. Outside. And that's ball 2.
Clearly, he hasn't had it in this game, and it looks like sooner than later, they're going to have to go to the bullpen.
There's a strike.
I think it was sitting off speed right there because he just let the fastball go by.
Now move to first. Wells dives back in safely.
One remaining now.
Kicks and deals. And a foul ball.
Bryce will swing at a bad pitch, making the count 2-2 with 2 outs. Man on first. Jays currently up 5-0 here. Fouls that off.
One run across in the frame so far here in game 1 of this 3-game set. That one almost got him.
And with that being now a full count, you know Wells is going.
In the air, center field. Alcantara sizes this one up. Makes the grab. And that'll do it. 1 scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. And the lead is now 5-0. Back after this on the show.
Still kind of surprised that they kept him in this one. on the mound. Hopefully the Cubs can come back here in the fourth. They're going to really need to get that bat going.
And welcome back to the ballpark. And here is Seiya Suzuki. And the pitch. To third. Gets to first. And a quick out, number one. Now the designated hitter. Patrick Wisdom digs in now. Struck out swinging his first time. Swings and fouls one off.
Not a lot of people know this, but this isn't the only Wrigley Field in MLB history. You know, when the league expanded and added the Los Angeles Angels in 1961, they played their first season at a stadium in LA called Wrigley Field, which had been the home of the minor league team of the same name.
Very interesting, Chris. Would never known that.
You might as well take all three swings.
0-2 count now. Jay's looking to get out of this inning unscathed. Cubs have another idea as they keep the inning alive with that hit for gut. Snyder will play it, and it's in time.
One left for the Cubs. It's 5-0.
And now the Jays going to the top of the fifth with a 5-0 lead.
Wrigley Field, top five, John Shelby with Chris Singleton. And leading it off, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
John, Chris, and myself, the 1-2 Joker here, bringing you some MLB action.
The right-hander back to work. And first offering is fouled off.
Well, the game plan for this offense has been pretty clear. They're being aggressive at the plate, but still finding ways to pick their spots without falling into the habit of being over-aggressive. 5 hits for them on the first pitch alone, so they're swinging and connecting right out of the gates.
Puts it in the air out towards left center.
Vlad looked like he reached for that one.
And there's one down.
And of course, sometimes you need to be patient as an offense and let the pitcher come to you, but you can't argue with the game plan they're using in this one.
So up next for Toronto, Bobichet.
Well, the good thing so far is that he hasn't issued any free passes. Unfortunately, they're making pretty good contact, so not getting the swings and misses and making that defense work behind it.
Out to short, Swanson. Sends it to first.
Yep, he grounds out there, guys.
2 outs, base 7. And now the DH, Brandon Bell, 1 for 2.
And Brandon Bell's got 60!
Killing me, Smalls.
Another homer. Home run number 60 on the year. And they add a run, it's 6-0. That's their 5th homer of the game.
Man, they're all getting into the action. It's starting to feel like a home run derby up here. The cutter up and in can be such a tough pitch for the hitters. You have to keep your hands above the baseball. And that's exactly what he did. He caught it out front and drove it out of here.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Javier Assad done for the afternoon, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with a new pitcher after this break.
See who the Cubbies will try to bring in to hold the Jays at bay with that 6-0 lead.
Kyle Hendricks.
Well, they need someone to stop
Another starter, Kyle Hendricks.
Here it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging.
Hendricks has a 2.92 ERA. This is his very first game of the year.
Digging in, Jose Ramirez. Right there for a strike.
Looks like they got him playing as a reliever this year.
The Jays up big in this one for the top of the fifth. Bounce to the right side. Corner over to first. Third out, and ends the frame. Toronto extends the lead on the solo shot. It's now a 6-0 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show.
Once again, there's the highlight of home run number 60 by Brandon Belt.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning. So up now for Chicago. Dansby Swanson. And first offering is down all.
Well, every pitcher wants run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
Battling here as he fouls it away. The 0-2. And they'll do it again. Righty to the plate. Got him swinging.
And another strikeout for Jose Ramirez.
Dominating stuff out there in this one, not just in terms of swing and miss, but also in terms of command. All the strikeouts just kind of speak for themselves, but when you don't walk anyone, you're demonstrating that you have the confidence in your abilities to truly go right after opposing batters.
Bichette. Fires over to first. Well, after the fifth inning, moving along, 2 quick outs. Now the Cubs catcher, Miguel Amaya. He's 0 for 1. That one finds the zone, and that is strike 1. Bounced up the middle. On the run, sends it over to first. On target, he got it. Nice play. Nothing happening there for the Cubs. Still up against a 6-0 deficit.
Jays really holding Chicago down.
New inning getting started. Here's the left fielder, Dalton Varsho. That's out to center field. Hauls it in for the out. And there's one down. Now it's the second baseman. And that'll fall for a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
David Snyder hits a similar shot like Bo Bichette there in no man's land
Really didn't catch that one on the big part of the bat, just kind of
to get on base.
out there. And, you know, on the mound, it can be pretty frustrating for a pitcher, but you just kind of have to expect those to drop in there sometimes.
Here's Kiermaier now. Hendricks throws over. And he's back in easily.
They do check on Snyder. Yeah, there's no reason to steal.
That's a base hit. They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only 1 away.
Nice line drive to the full side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
And now Austin Wells. Line drive. Takes it in for the out.
That's swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Back to the top of with Bryce Harper now.
On the ground to first. Bush. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. 2 left on. Top of the order, 2 up in the home half of the 6th. It's the Blue Jays 6 and the Cubs nothing.
Speaking of top of the order, the Cubs will be just doing that. 1, 2, and 3. 2 up.
Back here at Wrigley Field, bottom of the 6th. Here's the second baseman, Nico Horner. Foul ball there. Swing and a foul. Pushed off to the right, and that will get out of play. And a foul ball.
Oh no, Vlad Guerrero having trouble standing. It looks like he'll be removed from the game.
Joey Votto, he'll play first base after the injury. Number 19, Joey. And the right-hander deals. Back to the mound, he's got it. Gathers and throws to first. 1 away, bottom of the 6th. Ian Happ, the next to hit. Big swing and a miss. Cubs made Ian Happ a first-round pick in 2015. He played at the University of Cincinnati as an infielder. Played a little bit of outfield, but a guy in 2022 with a year Chris, both an all-star and a gold glove. And down on strikes he goes. 2 away now. Chris, third time through the order, and a couple of quick outs for the starter.
Yeah, he's been very frugal today, economical with the pitch count.
Foul ball.
He's getting the barrel to the ball. He's just got to work on that timing.
Two down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. And the Cubs are down in order. They still find themselves down 6-0.
Unfortunate loss to the Jays with losing Vlad Guerrero Jr.
We go to the top of the 7th. And the batter now is Joey Votto.
Can't wait to see how long he's going to be out for.
And he swings through that one. Moving in the bullpen. Drew Smiley up and throwing for manager Craig Counsell. Almonte hitting loose as well. Fly ball to right. Suzuki makes the grab, and there's 1 down.
Joey Votto came in as a replacement.
Especially with pitches
Flies out there.
That was a good example. He hooked an outside pitch, hit that ball in the air to right, just not with much authority.
That's hard hit on the line. And there's 2 away. So up next, Brandon Bell. He's got a couple homers already, so can he possibly do it again?
Come on, man. Of course he can. Those 2 he hit were legit, and he looks pretty locked in right now if they did.
Well, the Cubbies are hoping not. They're trying to keep the score where it's at to give them a somewhat of a chance to get back into this.
Hendricks, 34-year-old vet, and he was drafted in the 8th round back in 2011. There's a swing and a try. And it one-ups the wall. Around first, heading for 2. It's a double, and he's 3 for 4 tonight.
Stand up double there, boys.
He got exactly what he was looking for right there. Really good job keeping that one fair down the line. Let that off-speed pitch on the inside part of the plate travel just long enough, stay short and quick to square it nicely.
That's his 33rd double of the year.
So, man aboard. And next for Toronto, Jose Ramirez.
up an RBI. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front, lifted it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
So 2 down. Down the left fielder, Dalton Varsho. 1 for 3. Up the middle. Slings the first. That's the inning. And they limit the damage. A run on 2 hits and they leave 1. Midway in inning number 7. And it's time to stretch. Blue Jays 7 and the Cubs nothing. Back here at the friendly confines. Now it's the DH, Patrick Wisdom. Foul back our way, and that's out of play. Pitch. Swings and misses. 0-2.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. Looks like he's picked up right where he left off.
Wow, short work to Sidney Packett to start the inning, and no messing around either. All 3 pitches were in the strike zone, all the way, and it's pretty impressive. What he was dealing with at the plate.
Pulled down the line. This one hammered, but it's foul.
By the way, folks, that was Jose Barrios' 10th strikeout of the game.
Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Right-hander kick steals. Foul ball, it stays 0-2. Pitch. That's the ball. The Cubs with a lot of ground to make up. Here, the bottom of the 7th. And a swing and a miss. Now 2 away.
Came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way. That time, a little anxious.
Swings through that one out in front that time.
So far, this guy's been able to tease the strike zone, gets those swings and misses. Somebody's going to have to shorten up, be a little more patient, and make this guy work in the zone a little bit more.
Smoke to right center, and this one's gonna go.
And Chicago's finally on the board.
A gigantic blast. His 22nd homer of the year, and they're on the scoreboard. It's 7-1.
That could be one of those swings that really helps spark this offense.
You would think, but I don't know. It's pretty late in the game.
That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. There are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel. He got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across here in game 1 of this 3-game set. Ramirez. They don't come much closer than that. Bang, bang, play to end the inning. Cubs get 1 on a solo shot, and the lead is stretched to 7-1. You're dialed into the show.
Still kind of interested to see how long I got light out for. Probably for the year.
And welcome back to the ballpark. And now here is number 36. Hendricks back to work. Swing and a miss. Nice changeup. 0-1. That's towards center. Has a beat on it. And he makes the catch. And there's 1 away. Kevin Kiermaier next up for the Blue Jays. Hard ground ball, base 9.
Kiermaier
Very well in this
got
one.
caught
Let's get the
stealing
ball
last
pitch.
time.
There's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So nice job to use that big hole and get himself ahead.
Next to hit, Austin Wells. 0-1. The Blue Jays up big in this one. And we're at the top of the 8th. Hendricks throws over. Kiermaier back in.
34,601 people.
Here comes the
That will drop.
And that'll fall for a base hit. Throw to second, not in time. He's there easily.
And with Wells paying attention, he manages to get a double out of that.
Baseman or shortstop to get to. The same for the left fielder, so he just found a perfect place to drop down and in right there.
So the batting order turns over. Jays, Bryce Harper. That one missed.
Bryce Harper now has 2 men in scoring position here, 1 out.
Second with 1 away.
Cubbies don't want to really give up a run, but they might.
Ground ball to first. Now 2 away as they get a run across.
And they do give up a run. Even though they do get the out with Bryce.
Joey Votto next up for the Blue Jays.
And Boog, I'd say he's due.
Activity in the bullpen. Hector Neris up and loosening in the pen. Two outs. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Ripped on a line. He's there. That is that. They get a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's them. And we're back. Here's the center fielder, Kevin Alcantara. Right-hander back to work. Center field. Kirma moving under this one. There's 1 away.
He was all over that first pitch fastball, but just barely missed it. Man, this guy was ready to hit.
Swing and a ground ball out to short. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. Safe at first as they can't make the play. Back to the leadoff spot in the Cubs lineup. Now it's the second baseman, Nico Pepe, just off the outside edge. And that's ball 1. On the ground, a second, might be 2. There's 1. On to first, double play. And that's the inning. This one pretty well decided at this point. 9th inning coming up. It's the Blue Jays 8 and the Cubs 1. All set to start the 9th in this one. And now for the Jays, Bobichet. Pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Throws to first in time. 1-on-1 down. And next is the designated hitter, Brandon Bell.
Fans laying him here after giving 2 homers to the crowd.
And first offering is fouled off.
Could we see 3? With this man, it is definitely possible.
He swings and hits a fly ball, center field. Alcantara under this one. Puts it away for the out. 2 up, 2 down. So up next for Toronto, Jose Ramirez. Hammer, base hit.
And Jose finally gets on base with that shot.
Well, Siggy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down. It's like he's moving at full speed and everybody is a step or 2 behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
Hendricks throws over, and he's back in on a dive. Stepping in, Dalton Varsho. Lifted to left center. Way back there, and that is gone.
Killing this
Oh my goodness.
A massive home run. His second home run of the game. It's 10-1. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now.
47 home runs of the year.
Drew Smile on a pitch here. He's into the game with the bases empty.
Drew, of course, coming in with an ERA of 3.65.
The second baseman. That one is absolutely belted. Could be extra bases. Round second, digging for third. The relay throw. And he's out. Touchdown, and that ends the inning.
Well, it looks like he got a little greedy right there going for the triple. He was already in scoring position. You got to hold up right there unless you're absolutely sure. Defense says thank you very much as they head back into the dugout.
So the Cubbies need 9 to tie, 10 to win. Big hole.
Here at Wrigley Field, now it's the switch hitting outfielder, Ian Happ. On the ground to the left, and that's a fair ball.
Oh, that's fair? Oh, I didn't think it was.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on all screws. When the leadoff man gets on, you minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can really look for two.
And now maybe extra bases. Happ on his way home. He'll score, and it's now 10-2. And he's there at third for the triple.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way from the line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field. It doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Now a chance for Patrick Wisdom. Fastball for a strike.
I mean, his pitch efficiency, ability to get ahead and count, at times pitch to contact, let the defense work behind him. That's why he's still in the game here in the ninth inning.
0-2 now. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. You just don't see it that much anymore. A guy being this efficient and getting this deep into the game.
I wonder if he's going to be able to close it out. There's just something about that ninth inning. Being at under 100 pitches, he's still got plenty of fuel left to take. There's another strikeout, and those are just continuing to pile on. His confidence level has got to be dropping. He's got to find a way to make an adjustment to get back on track. His team needs him.
Comes up empty. And strike two. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. And they're down to their last out. Christopher Morel, the next Cub to hit. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Close, but caught the ball. 1-0. Over there for a strike. Cubbies down to their final strike. Swing and a miss, and he got him. Ball game.
It seemed like from the first pitch of this ball game, this guy was going to get it done. Quality start, who knew? He threw a complete game and get the victory. But an excellent job continuing to just slow the catcher put down, navigated through this ball game, a jam here, a jam there, but ultimately it was an outstanding out.
10-2 the final in this one. Chris Singleton and our entire crew. I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Well, Jays get back in the win column as Julio's Asterin goes 9-11, while Jose Barrios gets another win under his belt. He's getting complete game. Notables today, first from Chicago, we got Kevin Asterin going 1-3, Nick Ordering going 1-4 with a triple. Christopher Moe goes 1-4. he ended up getting on a home run and shoots through there, goes 2 for 4 with a triple and an RBI. Now for the Blue Jays, you got Bryce Harper going 1-5, who started things off in the game with a home run, got a couple RBIs today. Then you got Bo Bichette going 2 for 5 RBI. He also got a home run as well. Dalton Varsho did alright, going 2 for 5, 3 RBIs. Both his hits were home runs. And Brandon Belt goes 3 for 5 with a double and 3 RBIs with 2 home runs, putting his total up to 60 now. And he is today's player of the game. Other news, we will stay with us to find out exactly how long Vlad Guerrero Jr. is out for. With that, see you next time on the show, where the episode will show exactly how long Vlad Guerrero will be out for. Until then, this is the One True Joker thanking John and Chris, calling most of the action, and we will see you next time. This is the One True Joker officially signing out. See you next time on the show.